Hey everybody, good morning. I'm in a great mood today because we're doing one of the most fun and one of my favorite programs in the whole CSE course. It's 1.2.2 Algorithms and APIs, the Hack Attack. So let's talk about it a little bit before we dive into the actual coding and working with the APIs. What is an API? So let's take a step back and let's think about an application like Instagram. When we're on Instagram, it feels so rich and beautiful, and there's all these pictures, and there's all this text, and we can interact in all these interesting ways, right? But really, what it is at its core is it's just a bunch of computers and servers sitting in an air-conditioned warehouse somewhere, right? That's all it really is, and that just stores all the data. And then the tricky part is, and the reason why Instagram's valued it so much and why it's so hard to create these things is how do we make a program that can access those servers and can pull the right picture and the right comments and get it all organized on the page and allow us to do all the things that we love, right? So that's what we're kind of starting to dip our toes into a little bit here. The Application Programming Interfaces API, that's kind of how your device, whether it's a tablet, a phone, or a computer, kind of connects with that servers in the warehouse and either posts the data that you want to put there. So, like when you upload a picture, right, it stores it in there, or it finds that data and it brings it to your computer or your phone when you want to look at someone else's picture. So that's kind of like just the background of what we're doing. Reading through this gives you a little bit more information or kind of restates what I said in a different way. It was really good, really interesting stuff. What we're going to do to make this request is now I don't have Firefox. They used to PLTW. I love PLTW and thank you PLTW for setting up this API for us to interact with. I've been having a great time with it. Um, we don't have Firefox on our computer, so I found something kind of a Chrome analog right here. It's called the Advanced REST Client ARC. That's the first step is we should add that to our computer. So let's do it right here. If you just search up Advanced REST Client Chrome extension, hit right there, you'll find this application in the Chrome Web Store right here. And of course, I've already installed it on mine, so it just offers me to launch the app, which is actually already running. So I don't even need to do that. Yours probably will hopefully have a button that will allow you to add it to Chrome, and then it will launch it for you. So what I was saying is that PLTW has essentially created a server for us, and it's a little mini social network that we can interact with and practice setting things up and posting things and getting them and liking them and stuff like that. So here we go. Let me delete this so we can kind of start from scratch here. Let's delete that. So there's two methods here. There's the post, get, and then there's a bunch of other stuff. We're not going to use any of these except for get and post. Okay. Now the request. So like, when you want to go to Instagram, you use something like https://instagram.com/whatever they use. I'm not sure. For ours, you can see it stored in here, which is nice. We're going to use cs-api.pltw.org. Okay. Now, the first thing we need to do is create ourselves a username. So I'm going to use Mr. Stem. That one's not taken. And before I do this, I believe I need to put in new user /Mr. Stem. So basically what this is doing is right here, https cs-api.pltw.org. That's taking us to the PLTW server. And then obviously new user is telling that server we want to create a new account, a new user account. And then this slash right here, Mr. Stem, is giving me the name for the account that I'm creating. So let's go ahead and send this and see if it works. Okay. And did it work? Post, add header. So now usually at the bottom here, oh, here we go. Okay. So sorry, let me give it, okay. So it says endpoint Mr. Sem successfully created. Stupendously weak password to clear data is 7231. So let me not forget that, 7231. All right, so there we go. We've created a user account. All right, so now let's make a post. So let's see. Let's get rid of this new user right here. And let's type in a slash. Now let's see. I might have to refresh my memory a little bit here. Let's see. Let me look at some of my past codes and remember which one we need to use. We have also a history over here. That's pretty useful as well. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of our new user, and we're just gonna go with our username right there, and then we're gonna do a slash, and then we're going to use a. Oof! Now I'm forgetting again. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to use a question mark text equals, and then we're going to put our post. So our message is hi everybody. Okay, so let's just hit send and see if that works, and we can decode it a little bit. Looks good so far, and it says there are now one string stored, right? So of course we have our URL, we're used to that. We have our username, and then we have a question mark text equals. So this part right here is essentially saying add a post to this account, and here is the text that we're going to post. Okay, so here we go. So there we go. That looks good. Let's check it and see if it worked and if we can retrieve it. So I'm going to delete this, and now I'm going to go and I'm going to change from post to get, right? So now I'm doing the opposite. Instead of saying, oh, Instagram, here's the picture I want added to my account, or here's the comment I want added to this account, I'm saying now get that and show me the pictures, show me my friend's picture, show me my friend's comment. Let's hit send. All right, there we go. And we have string 0 is hi everybody, and the value is 0. Okay, perfect. So let's do this. Let's do a couple more. Question mark text equals good morning. And let's send that. Oh, and I made a mistake, and it still worked actually, but it says hi everybody and value equals 0. I forgot to switch this to post, right? So I got Mr. Stem's post, but I didn't add the new one. So let's click here, post that. There are now 2 strings stored. Perfect. Let's add one more. CSE is the greatest. I'm actually going to test and see if spaces will work. I feel like they won't, but I want to find out. So let's see what happens if I do that. There are now 3 strings stored. All right, so let's get them. And we'll go to Mr. Stem here. Okay, send that. Oh, and so spaces do work. Oh, that's fantastic to know. Okay, great. All right, so you can see we have 3 strings here, 0, 1, and 2, and values. So the values, what is that? That's essentially kind of a liking system that we have built in here for us. So let's add a couple likes to it. Let's add a like to CSE is the greatest. Now it's a little bit tricky because it's numbered 0, 1, 2 here, but actually the posting works slightly differently. So we're going to do this. I think it's Mr. Stem / increment question mark ID equals 3. So I think that will work. Let's hit send and see. And I get it wrong. Whoops. That would be a post because I want to add the like to it. And let's see, count for that item now at 1. So good, it sounds like it works. So of course we have our typical address for the server, we have our username, and then we have this command, increment. So increment, we've used that word before. It means to like add up by typically 1. So in this case, yes, we're adding by 1, and then we use our question mark, and we tell them which post we want to increment. And so I said the third one. So let's see, let's send this a couple more times. Count for that item is now at 2. Now it should be at 3. Okay, perfect. Let's change this to, let's increment the first one just once. Send. Okay. And then now let's erase this and let's get our posts. Send. And it says 103. So you can see the strings are there, the posts, hi everybody, good morning, CSE is the greatest, and the number of values or likes 1, 0, and 3. So there we go. There's kind of the basics on interacting with the API. Now let's get to the good part, the hacking of it, right? So in order to clear the data, we're going to have to, let's see, I think we'll do this. And I've forgotten the exact command. Forgive me. Let me check for deleting the data here. There's incrementing. Okay, so it's reset question mark, password equals. Okay, so let's go back here. No, not there. Here. Okay, so it's reset question mark, password equals. So in order to delete all the data, you have to put in the password. Now, I think it was, what was it, 7231? Maybe let's change this to something we don't think it was, and let's send it and see if we can reset the data. This would be a post since we're modifying the server rather than getting the data. And it says, error, wrong password, data not cleared. Okay, so let's go back to the one we think it was, 7231. Data for endpoint Mr. Stem has been cleared. So now let's check and make sure it really was. Let's go to get, and let's go over here, and let's see if we can get it. And there we go. You can see there's nothing there, right? There's strings, which is empty, an array of 0, and values, which are also empty as well. So there we go. So that is how you erase the data. That is where the password comes in. And that's where the sort of hacking part comes in. So you're going to try to write a program in MIT App Inventor that will allow you to reset other teams' data without knowing their password, and also will allow you to gain their password so you know it in the future. So let's click right here, and I'm not going to show you how to do that. But if you click here and you download this, there it is, okay. And now, so there it is in my downloads. So now I can go to MIT App Inventor, and I'm going to be able to open that file which I just downloaded. I probably should have had this preloaded, forgive me. Here we go, we'll create apps, sign into my Google account. Hopefully I'm already signed in, okay, good. All right, yes, 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 yes. Up, here we go, sign in. Most excellent. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Here we go. So we're going to go to our projects, I believe, and we're going to say import project from my computer. And we're going to be able to choose the file right here. And we're going to go to our downloads folder. Of course, we want to go to the downloads. Since we just downloaded it, we're going to choose that file. Should be right there on top. And we'll click OK. And here we go. It will come up for us. And here we go. So use this API endpoint, get items, post items, vote for item or like item, and reset right there. Okay. So you can kind of check out the designer view, and you can also go over here to the blocks. Now let's see, let's zoom out just a little bit. You can kind of see that most of the things on the right here are things that we've just been doing through our advanced REST client right here. So username set button, right? And you can kind of see what it does. And then the get strings button, right? You can kind of see what that one does. And hopefully you can start matching up some of these blocks and what they do with the things that you were doing just by typing in and making that request through the API program right there. So there you go. I think that is it. So this is when known. This one's interesting right here. Let's zoom in a bit on this one. This is when known password reset is clicked, right? And you have to type in the password itself. And right there, then it's going to run and reset the password right here. And then right here is where you're going to probably try to do some of your hacking. So I'm not going to help you too much. I think I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Good luck.